All right, let's get started. We are live. They're on the YouTubes. It's been a bit, and this is gonna be a moment of truth that the camera still works. My audio, yeah, microphone. Okay, good, excellent. If you haven't been here, we've been on Twitch. We didn't have a show on Monday. But we've been on Twitch, and the camera stopped working because I did the Windows update. And if you're a streamer at all with Windows 10, you know what a Windows update can do. Even now, like, I restarted my computer and everything to get set up for today, and I just didn't touch anything. But just before I went live, I had to reset everything almost. I had to redo my microphone. I don't know what's going on. My settings aren't saving the OBS, but you can see me. Awesome. Also today, after this show, I'll be live over on YouTube with Celeste. But today we're going to do some Guild Wars 2 yet again. Can't get away from it. Also got some other things to announce here a little bit. So I have started recording for the YouTube to do vids. The problem is there's an audio high-pitched hum. I think I figured it out, why it's doing it. The question is if I can fix it myself or I'm going to have somebody else help me with it. But when I record something, it's fine. The audio and levels, everything are fine. When I put it in the editor, there's just this sound that just... it's not overly loud, but it's there. And after a while, it's torture. So if it bothers me, it's going to bother you. And I want to make sure I send out something of quality. Not exactly high quality, but of quality, audio-wise, that kind of thing, because it is focused more on audio than just what you're watching on screen. So a little annoying, a little bit of a setback, but we're pushing forward. I think I got my sleep schedule back on, so things are starting to come full circle here in a sense of getting a normalcy in live shows and stuff. With that said, the future live shows here on YouTube, the Monday and Thursdays, we've done Valheim once, but we do Guild Wars 2 most of the time here. YouTube loves when you keep doing the same content over and over, the algorithm and stuff like that. That's not my big concern, but what's going to happen here live is that we've been doing 1 to 2 hour shows, and some of these shows aren't going to just stay this podcast type form. Sometimes I am just going to get in the game and just be playing stuff and talking about things, about the community and stuff like that. That isn't just going to be 2 hours, it's going to be longer. So I don't think I'm going to stray away from this 4 o'clock start time, Central Time here in the US. But at the same time, these shorter shows are fun for me. But with that, not at the same time, but with that is that they're not really live shows. They're more podcasts. And I want to do podcast things in the future, so there's got to be a little bit of separation. So I'm gonna try to do some other things that may include giveaways. That may include focusing certain content. That may include when the expansion hits, doing certain things with the expansion and that kind of stuff. So, but today we are going to explore the Knifetail Gang, and if you don't know what that is, it's a gem store item that you get, and you turn it on, and anytime you get experience, a Knifetail Gang member, a Scrit, will come running at you, and when you beat the crap out of them, you'll get something from the Black Lion trading company. That's pretty much anything on the store. It's RNG. I'm sure there's probably a list or something somewhere, but for the most part, you can get mount skins, you can get specific items, a lot of cosmetic stuff. That's what our gym store is in Guild Wars 2. So today we're going to do that. I'm also going to talk about, we finished Frostfang on Tuesday on Twitch. Wasn't planning on finishing that legendary that quickly, but we did it. I went out, I found a good Ore Calcum farm, and it was just over. I didn't even drop below that 500 gold that I wanted to keep, so it's all good. Hello, how are you? Welcome. So we finished Frostfang. And I'll talk about that a little bit once we get the game going. Well, let's just get the game going. I mean, I don't know why I sit here on the screen so long. Do it. Well. Okay, good. Whew. It's never taken that long. I thought maybe something else broke. I was gonna be like, no, not now. But anyhow, yeah, let's just get in the game, because we needed to also talk about the Tuesday they had a patch. They did some balance changes. They also introduced the Olmacon as the new supporting stuff for the DRMs. So new mastery, that kind of thing. I have not bought the mastery yet. We're going to do that here in a second after I explain, like, probably the easiest way to get it. Also the global rewards, that kind of thing. So first things first. Threw me over there. First things first, always claim a banner. But let's talk about the Frostfang. So Frostfang wasn't hard to complete once I got the pieces together. It was actually pretty easy. Pretty easy to get done. There it is. Overall, that's my fourth one I've made, and this is the first one I've kept. I gave away I've given away a lot of legendaries in my time as a content creator, but Frostfang is the one I've made the most. So it all clicked together. I have that gift of mastery done for the next like 5 legendaries or whatever, and then I have you know, the ability to accumulate a lot of tier 6 mats. We end up buying the rest of them that we need. Tier 6 mats aren't that expensive right now, so it works out for the most part on that. And it just, on Tuesday, like, once I found the orichalcum, because you need 500 orichalcum ingots. Back in the day when I made Frostfang, that wasn't a problem because orichalcum was dirt cheap. I mean, absolutely cheap. But with these new weapon collections, from the story, you know, orichalcum prices just went up and up. But we were able to farm a lot. It was like 16 times maybe 10 characters, so 160, maybe more. I don't know how many characters I ended up running out there. But there was like an orichalcum spot in Lake Doric, orichalcum spot, and a rich orichalcum node, and I was able to take multiple characters out there. There's the advantage of having multiple characters. We also did a platinum run. I ended up breaking down, buying the rest of the platinum I need. Usually I don't do that, but you know what? We were selling stuff. I had accumulated other things, some tier 3, tier 4 mats, and that's how we finished it. So Frostfang checked off. My Necro now has the ability, so if I go to our other build, I don't know what that means. If I go to our other build, she doesn't have the Bifrost on, but I do have it. And the other thing is I don't have the torch. So she doesn't have all the legendary weapons at her disposal. But the incinerator here covers things if I want to do that on the other build as well. I think I even have, yeah, I still have the dagger here. Did I not? Yeah, I guess I switched it out on my Condi build. But anyhow, yeah, so she has the legendary weapons that the weapons I like to use on her, and so she's ready for the expansion, I think, for the most part. I do not have legendary trinkets of any type. I don't have a back piece. I don't have anything. As an 8-year veteran, I am probably one of the least equipped legendary people out there. Not in all seriousness. Richard, hello. How are you? So, yeah, it's just, here it is. It is. So, that journey already came to an end. We started it last week and finished it this week. So, again, veterans have that ability to just sort of just manifest them. Now, the big thing that cost the most money was the precursor. It was like 300 and something gold. We went ahead and spent that. Yeah, that's the big thing. Those precursors that really eat into it. Other than that, the other resources, I can get them somehow. There's some way, somehow, that I'm able to do it. But we did stay over 500 gold. I'm at 513 right now, so that did not hurt as bad as it could have, I guess. So, anyhow, haven't done my dailies today because we're going to be going through that stuff. So let's talk DRM. So Rox is here for this. I'm going to talk to her, get some of the global. So there is another global event going on right now. So you need to turn in 5 tokens. Probably going to finish tier 4 today. I meant to talk to her, but whatever. So, you know, this is free stuff, free karma, free banners, free boosters, free food. I'm not gonna eat this food. I'll sell it to whoever needs it. Quick sell, because I'm a nice person like that. So, easy free stuff and things you can share with the community and things. That's the whole point of global rewards. And then the overall rewards. So they have this flame harpoon skin and I believe another skin at the ready. And those skins sort of got lost from back in the day. You could unlock them in PvP, and then they like sort of redid the sets and everything when they did the new player experience and got rid of the way you could get skins and stuff in PvP. You used to just throw stuff in the forge. And so that is available now, and it's not, and the funny thing is it's not a great looking weapon, right? And it's a spear, so it's an underwater weapon. And some people I've seen complain like, wow, that's it. But what they don't understand is some of the veterans, like me, 8 years, have not seen this in over 7 years. We have not had the ability to get it. So this is huge for us, and it's something that we really enjoy. But to a new player, they may be like, wow, that's costly. But that cost is actually the fact that you weren't able to get it. So the other thing is they have a new supply box. These are still 3 of the tokens. I don't really agree with that, or the marks, excuse me. And they do have the skins you can get. So the primitive pillar skin and the flame harpoon skin, those are both in there. This one right here was also another weapon that sort of got lost in translation at some point. I don't know, I like them for the most part, but it's fun to finally be able to collect the other one I did not get before it got locked out. I'm hoping they continue this trend of releasing weapons that sort of got lost back in the day, so us veterans have a chance to finally get them, because we didn't know they were going to go away, and some of them I did have, and then other ones just it never happened. And so, you know, when they got lost, some people had it done and some people didn't. So here's the materials. Seen a lot. The common stuff, the armored scales, cloth and leather. So other than that, same thing, but we have the putrid stuff in here, the essences. These aren't as valuable most of the times, and especially if they're going to start dropping 16 of these at a time. So hopefully you can get a volcanic stormcaller weapon box and call it a day, or maybe some of these amalgamated draconic lodestones. Amalgamated gemstones, not bad if you got 3 of those. So maybe that's why they kept the price up there. But other than that, these are cheaper boxes in the long run. Big meh. And then there is the Dragon Mastery Crystal 5. So in our masteries, if we take a good quick swing at those, we will finally unlock the 6th ability, and it'll take 4 mastery points. They did not introduce any more mastery points besides the 3 that they gave us the last big update. I don't know how I'm trying to say that, but they've been pretty stingy on the mastery points this time around. I think a lot of them are locked behind content people just don't want to do, like me. So I only have 6 points left, so I will be able to buy this once I get it done. I was going to go ahead and buy it Tuesday night, but I decided not to, so I can make sure I cover it here. So anyways, what I need is to go ahead and just waste some money here. We'll grab some more marks, and that should be enough for me to grab this, and then it disappears. And that's the thing. I get 5,000 karma for it instantly, and then it unlocks the mastery, which I can then go in here, take a look at, and be like, okay, good. That's what we're training. And then I'll have to do this in any of the Icebrood Saga maps, things like that. Highly suggest turning on boosters and just killing stuff that hasn't been killed for a while, or doing as many metas as possible. Drizzlewood makes this pretty quick, so the question is how much experience I gotta get. So defeating a dragon champion, a dragon response mission grants additional materials while under the effect of the dragon boon of the 2 elder dragons. While wielding multiple dragon essences, Activating your elite skill now grants might, fury, and stability. You can now purchase recipes for superior Dragon Slayer weapons from vendors in Eye of the North. So, once I have that, we'll stack up. What story part you get Dragon Mastery? Because I bought here every mastery so far, but I didn't unlock it. If you bought them from the vendor, they should be unlocked. But when Champions started, the first vendor had. I don't know what it had. In fact, I don't know. I'll say it. I'll say it like that because I don't know if you have to go back to these vendors over here. I don't know if he will hold the mastery stuff. I would think so. Since it won't cost the marks, it'll cost just the tokens, defense sills. I mean, come on. Can we have some consistency here in the name of the currencies that you're going to use in the same episode? Like, come on. Marks, sills, tokens, what do you want from me? Should have just called them all marks. I don't know why they're never consistent on this stuff. I mean, in that boardroom, I just want to smack people, be like, no, they're called marks, or whatever, just to get that consistency. But anyhow, yeah, I don't know if you find it here or whatever it is. So I know, like, you know, it's funny. Getting the Tengu weapon set here, these Tengu weapons, is more costly than getting the Deljamor Stone Skin Infusion. I found very interesting. Very, very interesting. But I would think the mastery stuff is in here. Once you buy it, it unlocks, and then you have to complete the masteries in order, of course. So, but yeah, the Dragon Mastery to get the boon comes from DRMs. When you're running around killing things, they'll drop stuff. And then once you beat a DRM, I think there's like an hour-long buff or something that comes along with it. So, I don't know. There's just a lot of stuff that I haven't been really paying attention to, I guess. And so, you know, for me, it's just buy the stuff, get it, but then I forget other people, they're coming in much later, so I don't know. And I don't know if the discount vendor would have something. This is what I would look for. I believe 14's the cheapest. I could be wrong. But if you still need to open these boxes, to get them for cheap, the discount vendor, once you have that mastery, is the best way to do that. So you don't waste too many sills. But I don't think you can waste sills after a certain point if you've done all the meta achievement stuff inside of the thing. Talking about meta achievement stuff, so turn in 5 tokens, get your boxes of stuff, and then you can grab the global rewards like they have been doing. Then they have their dailies for the Almacan. I did one. Story-wise, champions, I believe this stuff is going to change. They announced that. They're going to remove the weapon sets and things from the meta. That kind of thing. I think that's an excellent change. So the tiers and things like that will be reduced. It's just that they're so costly and things, you know, makes sense. So I don't know what that is. Shivering Ice? Wait, what? There's a reward track? I haven't looked at this for a while. As hard as I need to look. So yeah, there's so we're getting the Skrit next? We haven't had the Skrit. So Skrit supporters there. Where's what I'm working on? Almacan supporters. So you have to open 10 of those faction boxes. Trying to think if there's anything else that they may have added. Lock all recipes. Yeah, I don't know. I see some masteries here I don't have. Four. So 4 mastery points is what I'm missing. That's still not no, that's enough. That's just enough. I have to get those 4 mastery points to finish out the mastery. That'd be crazy. But hopefully not. There's still some other ones I haven't finished. Morale Breaker. Hoda Be Praised. I still don't know how to finish that. Legendary, haven't beat the Whisper of Jormag. I've gotten it down to like 23% with the group, and then that was it. Oh, it says Party Guardian. So there's other, yeah, but they were pretty stingy. That's only like 7, right? So, I don't know. You're welcome. I'm not 100% sure. Not 100% sure. But, I'm gonna do some daily stuff right now. As we do some of that, I'm gonna talk about the Knife Tail gang just a little bit. And you're gonna have to make a judgment call whether you think these are worth it or not. I'm gonna tell you, I think it's $30 for 15 of them, and that's what I'm spending today. I have the gems already, and the last time they did this, they gave one out for free, and I got something worth like 70, 80 gold, 100 gold, something like that. It was worth it in gems. But this time around, doesn't look like they're giving any free ones out, so we'll have to buy them. I acquired the gems that I needed from some gem cards I had, things like that. And since being an ArenaNet partner, I do have access to an extra code or two, so I was able to get those. So I can show you whether they're worth it or not. I think they're worth it in bulk. I don't think they're going to be... I mean... I don't know. It really comes down to what you're going to get. So it's an RNG-based thing. So I could sit here and just think about it, or we can just go ahead and go do. So I'm going to open up this thing and get a bunch of stuff. Nothing to do with the dailies. Move this stuff over. We're just going to do this really quickly. Because I sort of want to show off that I'm going to do this while doing dailies. Because we do have to go out and like collect some stuff. It's really simple. None of this can use that item, so we're just going to forge it. Boom, grab a mystic coin. Get some marks. I save those just because it's quick. What else do we need to do? Big spender and stuff, so I need to go to my home instance. So when they introduced the Knife Tail gang, it was an interesting concept. And at first, a lot of people are like, oh, it's another one of these. But if you follow any other content creators, it was an exciting thing for veterans because we've been around for a long time. Newer players, it's hard to justify the Black Lion trading company as something you should invest in. But as veterans and spending money and getting skins or getting this or unlocking it some other way, it really comes down to what do we have and what can we unlock, right? So like wardrobe unlocks for me are so much valuable for a player just coming into the game. I mean, by a lot. A player coming into the game using a wardrobe unlock may end up with something that's only worth like 26 silver, which would not be a good thing. For me, opening it, I can get something worth 400 because that stuff is out of my range of acquiring quickly. So I end up with things worth more and more and more in value. And if you do what I do every once in a while, just go take 150 gold and look at the trading post to see what skins I don't have and then acquire them, it keeps that wardrobe, weapon unlocks, and armor unlocks at a higher value. And so being around for so long, playing for so many hours, I've had chances. So when these Knife Tail Gang bounty things came out, I think I only got like maybe 4 or 5. Maybe 4 or 5. But there was a free one, and then I grabbed a few extra, and the free one ended up giving me a good amount back for free. So it was like 70, 80, 100 gold, something. The other ones gave me some other things, some other skins I didn't have. But it wasn't anything too spectacular compared to other people getting like a 2,000 gem mount skin, then another 2,000 gem mount skin, and then other things like that. And so like that's what was exciting about it at the time for the community, is that just the free one was giving people something worth a lot of value. So 2,000 gems in this game is $25. And if you bought the game today, it's only $30 to get into the game, and then getting a free thing, unlocking it, and getting a $25 item back is just an exciting thing, right? And you know, ArenaNet even does 50% off discount things. So if you bought the game for $15, you ended up profiting like $10 on the account value, which would be crazy. But it happened, and ArenaNet is willing to do that. So them bringing it back this time and not giving out a free one, a little less of a hype thing, but at the same time, I think it was to sort of test things en masse, and also sort of hype up a new item. And a lot of people out there were upset about the item because it was like gambling, right? You don't know what you're going to get. It's like the mount licenses, things like that. And on Twitch on Tuesday, I was talking about how that stuff isn't like gambling. Gambling, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. The idea of gambling is that you're going to put something in and get nothing back. Okay? In this game, that just doesn't happen. You put something in, you are going to get something back, but the question is, was it worth what you put in? And the thing is, ArenaNet thinks when you open a Black Lion chest or something like that, that yes, what you're getting back is worth that key that you bought or whatever. And so you have to look at it and be like, well, that's not as valuable to me. It's more of a buyer's remorse type thing. I bought the keys, didn't get what I wanted, so therefore I'm upset about it. Is that gambling? No. Can it be addiction oriented? Sure. You can still argue addiction, but it does not teach people to gamble. It's not the thing. You're either gonna do it or you're not. So you got to be responsible in the sense of, is this going to be worth it for me? So the Knife Tail gang, or buying the mount licenses and opening them up to see what you will get with RNG, it's like anything else in the game. You go beat a meta, or you got to get the good drops. I don't know. I can't tell you that. But the idea that ArenaNet is viciously going after players and things like that is just, I think it's blown out of proportion, and I think ArenaNet is extremely fair with this stuff. Now, the Knife Tail gang stuff, I'm going to spend 2,400 gems. So the idea in 15 of these hunting bonds is that I'm going to get more than 2,400 gems worth of stuff. That is the goal. And so there's not a lot of things on the gem store that is not worth like 300, 400 gems. So by math and sort of looking at things, 8 or 9, maybe even 10 of them should get me my money's worth of whatever, and then everything else is extra, right? So the idea behind it is if I invest more, I get more back out of it. So instead of spending whatever amount of money I would have to on the gems, like say I'd have to, when I'm done, I'd have to spend like 4,400 to get 4,400 gems or whatever. And of course that's over $50, but instead I just spent 30, right? So that ends up saving me $20 in the long run that I may end up spending anyways. So that's the gamble here, but at the same time, it's not a gamble. It's just we're playing the RNG box of what. And if you do have the cheaper stuff already unlocked, you have a higher chance at the better stuff. So you can manipulate that RNG. If you could go into a casino and manipulate the numbers, that would not be gambling anymore. Right? That's why counting cards is such a bad thing. For the casinos, you can end up knowing what the odds are, and that's not good for the casino. So therefore, we're talking about things here that just ArenaNet doesn't have control over in the sense of what value it is for each person. It comes down to us making that value, and that would be insanity out there. No, there'd be no casinos because they'd all be bankrupt. People just play their chances a certain way. And it's always leaning towards the house. You just know when to stop playing after you get ahead. And if everybody was getting ahead in a casino, they eventually run out of money. So that's the idea that people keep trying to inject into Guild Wars 2, and it's just not true. It's just not a thing. Now, shopping addiction, we could talk about that for hours, okay? We could talk about how people misspend their money to feel better all the time. That is a great argument, but that comes down to people being responsible for themselves and parents being responsible for their children. And I don't want to open that can of worms because everybody gets so upset when I say parents have to be parents and people should stop being regulated. Instead, they should be suggested things, or companies should start limiting transactions to a point. But why would a capitalist company ever want someone not to spend money on them? Like, that's the thing. Responsible businesses, you got something there. But how do you know someone doesn't have $5,000 spending cash? Like, that's the thing. Because I know people who have spent thousands of dollars on this game in a month, and it didn't hurt them. Their livelihood was not somehow damaged or whatever. So, and if you're like, why are you even talking about this? That's because that's what you're going to hear about these type of things. But I'm also here to warn you, you may not get what you want out of these things. Okay? So it's two sides of the same coin. Okay? Got your Skyscale in less than a week and a half playing at night two days ago, and yesterday I got Dusk in the toilet. Can't be more. Didn't you just get Dawn too? Was that you? Somebody got Dawn not too long ago. The thing. Dawn, the precursor. There we go. I knew it was gonna come to me. Shut up. Well, you judge me because my brain doesn't work. Listen, this brain hasn't worked since I was like 2. Okay. We're gonna finish that daily right there. None of this stuff counts towards what I'm doing right now, so none of this counts. But we're about to go to the heart of Maguma to do the lumber, and I am going to go into the gem store and buy these Knifetail Gang things. Both of them in 2 weeks? That's crazy. Can I have some of that? You should want to play the lottery. What are you doing? Play the lottery, come back and invest all that money in me. Gift 1,000 subs. No, don't gift 1,000. You go into the donation link, and then you give it to me, so I get at least 80%. Twitch gets nothing. Here, I don't have a way for you to just hand me money. I mean, it just doesn't happen that way. Here, you have to earn money to a certain point, and then they're like, hey, do you want to try to make more money? And then they're like, oh yeah, when you get this club where you can do all these cool things that you can't do until you're cool enough. And you're just like, oh, so there's a cool meter. And then they're like, yeah, are you cool enough? And you're like, no. And everybody's like, man, you should get cool enough so you can actually make this a career. And then you're like, I'm trying, but things keep getting in my way because I am an idiot. And they're like, I thought you're really smart. And it's like, yeah, I am, but like, I overthink everything and then never get anything done. Some of you feel that right now. Some of you are like, yeah, that's me. Anyhow. So, we are going to Knifetail Gang Hunting Bond is what they're called. Right here. Wait, what is this? I do. Anyhow. Right here. Don't get distracted. 15 of them, 2,400 gems. Right there. I should be able to make back all the gems that I have right here. So we're going to get that. We're going to grab them. And to activate this, we got to go into our inventory. They're actually bonds. So what you got to do is double click. You'll get a Bonded Hunter Knifetail Gang buff. And so now we can go anywhere. And as long as we kill something that gives experience, we will have a chance at these Frick coming and attacking us. So here's our first one. And we'll see what happens when I go out to the Maguma lands and start beating up things, okay? So where I'm going to go for the daily Heart of Maguma and finish that to earn some gold, I'm going to go to Bloodstone Fen. Just really simple, doesn't cost me money to go out there. So, again, little things like this will save you gold over time. That gold can always be spent on something you absolutely don't need, like these hunting bonds. And then then you can waste gold on something, at least maybe a skin that you'll have. So, I'm gonna grab all this stuff. I'm gonna kill this beetle. My game's a little laggy. Pressing stuff and it's not happening. No script came out. That's fine. We're gonna end up beating up all these moas and this displaced beetle right here. Crazy. I don't know what the chances are for these guys to come out. Could be slower than I think it is. Didn't seem that slow last time. That's why people go to like low-level zones though and just start beating the crap out of things. Makes sense. It's really dangerous to fight these beetles because they can launch you off the platform. One doesn't seem to be doing that. How slow this is without being in Shroud. We'll go ahead and hit this. Maguma Lily? Maybe we'll get lucky and make a gold today. No? Okay. We're almost done with the daily. Almost done with the daily. And we're done with the daily. My game is having some issues. I don't know what's going on. There's my daily done. That'll give me some gold. Some spirit shards. Alright. So now that I have that done, I didn't get a script, which was a real big disappointment, okay? I'll be honest. I thought we were going to get one in the first, like, 6 things we're going to kill. Okay? And it didn't happen. So we're going to go to a place where it's wonderful and amazing and there's things to kill all the time. Bitterfrost Frontier. Now you're like, Bitterfrost Frontier? That don't make sense. Why are you going out to Bitterfrost? Don't you have, like, experience to earn out there? Yes, that's true. I could go out there and be getting my mastery done. But for a second here, I'm going to show you something that's really awesome about Bitterfrost Frontier. So first of all, if you see these ice-bound chests right here, grab them because they're worth money. Well, we're going to follow this dude really quick. Grab those so you can get some equipment. But here's the cool thing. So out here in Bitterfrost Frontier, if I run around this iceberg in the center, if I run around it, my food wore off again. Okay. It should be like right here, shouldn't it? That's what this person's doing. On the other side, or did they get rid of them? Hold on, I gotta rethink this. No, they didn't get rid of them. Should still be here, right? You guys know what I'm talking about? Anyone know what I'm talking about? There they are. Fur flies. And they die quickly. Got nothing. The heck? The next group. There's like 4 groups of fur flies out here. And I don't see any of them. They may already be being farmed. But they're a quick way to get a lot of unbound magic and things like that. Maybe they got nerfed. Who knows? Supposed to be out here. It might just be too busy. But anyways, you circle this iceberg and those fur flies, they do have a cooldown. Hold on, wait. Over here, right? Yeah, okay. There's like certain spots. And they die fairly quickly. There he is. Uh-oh. No, you're stuck. No! I don't think I can kill him fast enough. We'll see. Ooh, maybe. Some crits going. This is not a good start. I don't know why he spawned up on a wall. That's a little weird, ain't it? We can get him. See, now he's under 50%, and he's definitely mine. Boom! Death! Now, do the fur flies have a better chance? Blah, 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 blah. I don't think so. So you get a suspicious package, but that's not an item you actually get in your inventory. I just want to throw that out there. So you end up getting this recovered black lion goods. So let's see what we get. Logan's packed martial outfit. Logan's packed martial outfit. I don't know if I typed it in or what. Oh, I put an extra L. I'm an idiot. It's fine. That is worth 700 gems. So I got nearly a third of my gems back in the first thing. And I have 14 more. Good first find. Outfits are fine. I'm okay with outfits. I'm always okay with outfits. Because then I won't spend transmutation charges like I haven't for a long time. Where is Logan's... That's not bad. Not bad. I'll take some extra rewards just standing here talking about stuff. Yeah, not bad at all. So, 700 gems, just like that. Now the question is, do I know how to put my old suit back on? Thank you. Question is, what will I get next? Right? So, I'm okay with mount skins too, but no, we'll see. Put a new one on. Are these back? These are my favorite things to kill in this game. Nothing. And he needs to open it. Yes. Anyways, what I'm trying to explain here is you want to synergize what you're doing. Yeah, so if somebody runs across these, they'll spawn. So we need to get to them as quickly as we can. Nothing. No, there he is. That's not a great sword. Let's go a lot faster. Boom. Done. Hold on. I'm gonna grab this chest before we open this. Yes! Look at all this loot. Look at all the loot. The karma. Alright, let's see what we're gonna get next. The storm bow. I already had that. Storm bow. That is worth 25 statuettes at one point, but 600 gems. 600 gems. I think I have a good way to show you that. Huh. Let me grab this loot. I forgot the fur flies can be summoned and they disappear after a while. So if somebody comes into these areas and gets them to spawn and then don't kill them, they just disappear. Oh, there's the fifth one. Nothing. By the way, you have to kill your script to get the reward. If you can't kill it, you can move on, I believe. If somebody else kills it as you're trying to kill it, it will count for you. So if you're having a problem killing them for whatever reason, somebody else can come and help you. But I don't remember if one summons for someone else and you have the buff, does it give it to you if it's somebody else's or something like that? I don't remember. There's some restrictions on how it all works, but not too much. The idea is just to get you the chest. No? By the way, these things like to drop coin too. We're getting like 3 silver drops. Ridiculous. They spawn back quickly, but not too quickly. Like, they have to take your time a bit. They're all individual spawns, so if somebody kills half of them, and only half will spawn. Nothing. We're gonna grab this chest. But anyways, I can just run around in a circle. I believe this works during the storm too. I'm missing one spot though. There's one more spot. We have that one over there. There has to be one over to the northwest side, right? Only one of these is back. There was one that was a late spawner. No. Nothing. I think there's one over here. Right in the middle. By this chest. Maybe I'm just losing my mind. AngryZorric. Anyways, this is how I used to get my karma, by the way. Well, the spiders used to be the great way to get the karma, and then they nerfed that because AFKers. AFK farmers! No, that guy killed him. No, it's over. It's over. Anyways, but I just wanted to show this off. So if you're struggling to kill something, this is a great place to get level 80 loot. For sure. Get some karma if you have the buffs. The fur flies, they give you all sorts of stuff. And then you can open these chests. In the meantime, other people will open them up for you, so you don't have to do the hard work there. You know, break that all down. Good way to make money doing something. Other than that, you're going to want to go do metas, kill things, get experience. It's really easy to summon these things. Go to a low-level zone. We are going to go off into the Ice Brute Saga so we can get our... called? Am I trying to think of? Mastery done. My goodness. I'm trying to get the caffeine and B vitamins in, everyone. So far, first 2 drops, 1,300 gems, 1,100 more, and we made a little bit of a discount for ourselves. So I am going to not have boosters on this, but we need 1,524. 1,524. Experience points. I always forget just how much experience it takes to finish a mastery. Back in HOT, when you needed like 12 million, it was ridiculous. Wasn't it like 12 million to finish some of them? Out there for days. Got those guys. A mint seed. I'll take it. They're awkward places to try to get something to summon. Who knows if I've gotten it to summon and it just... weird. Need life force. Probably cut a meat. Could go to Drizzlewood. Not everything there counts as a, for experience. That's the problem with Drizzlewood. You can kill a lot of stuff out there and it means nothing. There you are! Come fight me. First of all, you missed. Alright. Here we go. This is our third one, right? The Orchestral Greatsword. So that's a Black Lion weapon skin, right? Not a... Orchestral... I don't know how... Orchestral Great Sword. I don't think I spelled that right. orchestral. That is not how I spelled it. So that... Yeah, it's a weapon collection. Trading post, it's worth 56 to 100 gold. Cost you 3 tickets right now. So there we go. Let's continue. Our 4th one. So that one doesn't really cost gems, so that doesn't help us see if we're getting our gem money back. But you could convert and be like, 56 gold, that's worth this much. You could. I need you to come over here. Come over here, please. Armor scale. Things come back quick. I don't even want to know what's happening in map chat. What the heck are they talking about? Veterans, man, they have some health. I'm trying to do it in an open area so I don't miss. Oh no, the Devourers. The worst part about this map is definitely the Devourers. Because these don't count for experience either. So if you're near one of those nests, they just keep summoning over and over until you kill the nest. Oh, we got some poultry? Nice. A slasher? Why is he yellow? Because I'm ready. Like, look, do we have to fight? And I beat him up anyways. Alright, 4th one. Let's see what we get. A mini Zaishin puppy. I think I know what that is. It has the helmet, right? Uh-oh, I don't know how to spell things. Everybody hold on. That Zaishin had an H in it. 400 gems. So that brings us up to 1,700 gems worth of stuff so far. Plus 1 skin. 1,700 gems worth of stuff. So we need 700 more gems to make our money back. This place is really pretty. Flowers. Oh, we got them immediately. Excellent. All right, number 5. The Inquest Exosuit outfit. Inquest Exosuit outfit. I think I spelt everything correctly. Yes, that one's 700 gems. So there we go. In the first 5 of them, we made back the 2,400 gems that we spent. Then we also got a skin worth 56 to 100 gold. So far, we have 10 more of these things to get. So 2,400 gems. We're going to try to keep track of this stuff. Just to see how much back. How much. And I'm trying to keep track more of the gem stuff than I am the gold. Like, those type of, the gold stuff. Am I making sense here? Like, when I unlock a skin, that's sort of like a wah-wah type of thing. But 56 to 100 gold skin, that's not bad. I'm not gonna pretend like, oh man, I've lost all credibility on these things. I'm hoping to see if we can get a mount skin, maybe. I'm trying to think what else could possibly be in there. Okay, I lost all my life force before you got summoned, so here's number 6. You get out of danger. See what we get here. The mini Bloodstone Rock. Mini Bloodstone Rock. 350 gems. That's 2750. I'm going to have to start typing this in chat. 2750. Alright, that's where we're at. that. Maybe buy some of them. I'm just trying to see how much they're worth. Not really trying to make people buy them. But I think they're totally worth it for older veterans of the game for sure. Newer players, I don't know. It really depends on what you're unlocking. If you're unlocking weapon skins, it really comes down to how much that weapon skin is and whether you like it. If you're unlocking, need to get over to the ghost. If you're unlocking gym skins like I am, the outfits and stuff. Oh, I didn't show off the exo outfit. I think I like that one. I just, again, didn't want to spend money on that. Yeah, this one's really cool looking. Almost has a DBZ scouter, right? Anyways, compare it to other things, I'm sure. Yeah. Really nice outfit. So we've gotten 2 outfits, which is 1,400 gems on its own. Some minis I didn't have. We should probably go find a group at one point just to see all the Knife Tail gang stuff spawning when you fight stuff, but let's see. Don't breathe the air anymore, I hope. Notice that cough weirded me out, man. I wonder if, I just took that damage to the face. It totally dodged. I wonder if some of these things are spawning, like, under the ground, right? And then we have to wait for them to despawn, and I'm sitting there just, like, see, there he is. I'm waiting for him to respawn type of thing. All right. So this is number 7. The Mask of the Crown. Mask of the Crown. That's worth 400 gems. 400 gems. That brings us to what? 3150? Okay. Okay. I don't want those black line weapons. In all honesty, those eventually get cheap with gold. Okay? Gold is something I can earn all the time. Real life money, though, that's something you can't earn all the time. So anything from the gym store... What the heck just happened? The water was a little too deep, I guess. But anything that costs just from the gym store, that's what I want. Anything that, you know, you have to use gems on. Frostfang. Oops, didn't mean to press that button. Ghost over there. Some more bog. Bog scales are pretty easy to kill. As I totally have the wrong weapon on. Did I rip that region off? Did it happen after the fact? I love using my 2 skill on something that can't get the full effect out of. Oh, wait, I didn't use a thing. See? See, I'm already messing up. I'm getting too excited. Gotta rein it back, getting cocky. We don't want to get cocky here. We want to get it done. All right. We all have time to get cocky. Yeah. Shame on me, okay? How dare I? You're dead. I am looking around to see if it spawns. They usually come right after you, and then no, you good to go. But sometimes, like that one that spawned and stayed yellow for a while, looking for me, I guess. I could have flown off and just never saw it. Gotta be careful. Not doing bad on experience either. Come on, this is the greatest place ever. Oh, look. Stuff's respawning quick. There it is. Where are you running? Where are you going? Lucky looked at me. He's like, are you talking to me? This is number 8. The Exalted Gate Guardian. The Exalted Gate Guardian. Is that a sky scale? Is that a raptor? Yes. Ooh, it's the Exalted one. What set is this from? 1,400 gems? That can't be worth 1,400 gems. The Exalted Gate Guardian. Exotic breeds, mount adoption license. Exotic breeds, mount select license. We're gonna go with the lower money. Let's just say we got lucky. 400 gems. 400 gems. 14. It could be 1,200 gems if I wanted to select it, but no, I didn't want to select it. I'm gonna keep this on. I like the look of it. I'm gonna go with the cheaper one, just for fairness of my wallet. But it would be 1,200 if I got the select license. So we could do it this way, where I say, I mean, it's a little ridiculous, but it would be 35.50 to maybe 43.50. Like that, we could do that since it's a select license. Could be an option, so you didn't have to select it. So that's how much gems we sort of gotten back here. You know, I don't know if that makes sense. This is a lot more than I was expecting, honestly. Already. I'm trying to think back at what other people were getting and things like that, but like a 2,000 gem mount or something, I don't have all those. Like, that's a ridiculously great find. So, I don't know, I still think these are one of the best things on the gem store, especially for veterans. 1,400 gems. If that ended up being that way, I'd be like, why was this separated? I'd have questions for ArenaNet. I was about to go, really? What? Hey now, what are you doing? The experience kicked in. They're like, and I'm like, nah, that a black lion key? This only happens when I do live shows. That's straight up a black lion key. Stop the press. Where are black lion keys? Black lion key. How much are those? 125 gems? Take that. It only happens when I do the. I kid you not. When I'm playing by myself, never see him. Just like, oh yeah, let's go do a live show. I swear there's a dev and they press a button. They're like, oh man, this guy's trying to do it. We're gonna open a black lion chest today too. Those have changed as well. I haven't talked about black lion chest in a bit. We'll go open one of those. No, we got these. I'm glad I saved those gems too. I was like, maybe I should buy a bunch of black lion keys when they're on sale. But I was like, no, let's keep them for something else. And like a week later or whatever, ArenaNet's like, yeah, the Knife Tail Gang stuff. On Tuesday, you know, a viewer Skog came in, like, yeah, look at all this. I'm just like, what? That's crazy. Give me that light force. Nowhere? I keep double checking. If I had experience boosters on right now. Oh yeah, can we stop taking damage? No, come on, man. You are the worst enchanter ever. Do you even enchant? Over here being a assassin. Go into farm mode. Stay focused. We're looking for little Knife Tail Gang dudes. Freaking black lion key. Ah, I knew you were gonna come out with a slasher. I have no skills on this weapon. Weapon spot. Got it. Got it. All right. Number 9. The dye crystal. Oh man, we can get dyes from this? Crystal. Oh. You have to look up crystal dye. Crystal dye. From the Kralkatoric dye kit. Worth 125 gems. So this is worth gems. But we can also get it off the trading post. I'm going to go ahead and throw in the 125. All right. 36.75 to 44.75. The math is getting harder. All right, number 10. I'm going to look up on the trading post how much that crystal dye was. Crystal. 50 gold. That's another thing worth 50 gold. The reason I can't put a gem price on the weapon, the Black Lion weapon, is because it does take keys. I'm trying to think if there's a way to value it 2 gems, but you just do it through the gold, and that's just not a good way to do things, because that will change. I'd rather keep the static numbers. Gotta keep moving. These things aren't giving me bonus experience. Ow. Keep interrupting that 3 skill. Actually, you're gonna be under 50. Ow. That hurts. Guys with 32,000 health. Can you, like, use your skills? I keep hitting the button. I need to go back and watch this live feed. See if I hit the button and it just isn't happening, or it's literally just not going off. Poison too, man. They're like the best thing you can gift someone to. Like, it doesn't matter who it is, really. Like, newer players, it won't be as much value, but if you have, like, veteran friends you want to give something to, these would be it. Like, these are the best things to gift. We've cleared this area out. We need to go further back here. Maybe go back south. There we go. Nothing. Man, it's cave spiders? Heck yeah. A lot more enemies in this area than I thought. Dead. This is the beginning of the jumping puzzle, right? Oh yeah, these bats are in here. They drop powerful blood. I'm gonna ignore the first one. Ignore that spider. Got it. I really need to get the boosters on if I want to take full advantage of this, though. We have a celebration booster on. Alright. Let's open our bank. You need a kill booster and... an experience booster. That's not the right one. I want the one for 2 hours. Kill streak booster. I think that's it. Right? I think so. That's enough. Should have grabbed a black lion chest. Oh well. We're not going to stay here. So... they count? No, they don't. Count for that. Thanks. These fully reset. Stop it. Yeah. Gotta go some... Ha! There we go. All right, number 10. The Mad Realm Greatsword. Mad Realm Greatsword. How much is that worth? I don't know if this is gonna load. Training post is having a problem loading. Worth 3 tickets, Black Lion tickets. Mad Realm. Is that the second great sword we got from a set? That one is worth 410 gold. Oh, it has a smoky effect. 410 gold, okay. Much different from some of them all the way down to like 39. I can see why, I mean, alright. That's an expensive set. But again, I can't transfer that into gym, so we'll have to focus something else. We're gonna follow this water to the south, all the way down to the Blood Lagoon. And just beat the snot out of things. I also need to put one of these back on. So far, this has been a very profitable experience. I'm gonna be sad when it's over, but at the same time, satisfied. You know? You missed. Cutter can't cut. Alright, number 11. The Painted Mesa Mount Skin. That's Desert Racer Mount Adoption License. 400 gems. It's worth 400 gems. It could be another 1,200 gems. So, okay. You adjust our numbers here. So 40.75 to, and if we wanted that skin and got the select license, that'd be 56.75. That's how many gems we've saved so far. I also got to put one of these on. I want to summon me a dude. I don't know if this works underwater. Thought about it long enough. I don't see why it wouldn't work underwater. Yeah. Tuna are loud, man. Get wrecked. There he is! There we go. Go ahead and toss this on as I kill this tuna. No? Okay. Number 12? Rox's short bow. /wiki Rox's short bow. It is 600 gems, 25 blackline statuettes. 600. 46.75 to 62.75. So even on the bottom half of what we have here, that's a good amount of gems. We've almost doubled what we've spent. We need to beat up pink moas. What am I doing? Darn moa population getting out of control. Try to kick me. Alright, we've cleared these guys out. We need to keep moving. Back to river drakes. No, that didn't upset the game. Okay. Back to more river drakes. I feel like another chest over here. Back to even more river drakes. Tuna. Big tuna. There you are. Didn't get him. He got confused. Don't know what happened. How little damage this does. All right, number 13. The Defiant Glass Staff. Defiant Glass Staff. All right. A 47 gold skin. I like this set. Talking about this set on Tuesday. I don't know if I like the staff that much, though. I don't think so. Shield, for sure, I really like. No gem cost there, so move on. The also need to consume one of our final two, number 14. Hold on, I have to go up here and help beat up a Devourer really quick. Being requested. We're being requested. Oh, it's dead? Died. It's over! Alright. The request was a little late. In my opinion, the request was a little late, okay? Oh, wow. It's not like we're over here making huge profits off of gyms. Something like that. I don't know how to say it. Excuse me. Whoa. Too slow. Got him. Doomlore Shrine is next. Alright, we got some stags to kill. Maybe? Delicious experience. Ancient sapling to devour? Grab this. Oh, is there a nest nearby? There it is. Right there. Dee Dee, what's going on? How are you? I don't like this. I don't like this situation. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Yeah, Dee Dee. 100%. Yes, please hit that like button. That really helps out. Also, if you're not subbed, and you're here enjoying the experience, please do so. It's the greatest way to help me out. Cost you nothing. Also, just to let you know, there are ways, if you don't ever want to see my content again, there are ways to like not see it my channel as much and stuff. There's like little dots or something you can press. I don't know. People, I wish you could I wish watching a video, like, it would put it up in like a queue system. So you want to not see the stuff, but like the things you enjoy more, you can be like, yo, show this first type of thing. Like new videos I haven't seen from this guy. That kind of stuff on YouTube, but I understand the programming for that would be just all over the place. So. Nest over here? Oh. It's over here killing things. But anyways, I would appreciate it. There he is. Minding his business. Okay, number 14. I think I was losing my mind there for a second. Yeah. Okay. Slayer's outfit. Flash Wiki Slayer's outfit. Should have clicked on that so we can look at it. That's 700 gems. So that brings us up to 53.75 to 60 nice 75. Getting some snow tomorrow, Dee Dee? Oh, then it all melts, then we get some more? Yeah, that works. Our 15th hunting bond. We're gonna stay to the south here. The Moa and stuff we're gonna kill over here. Like how I don't really care about the mastery. Nothing yet. I mean, see these two. Sunflowers are distracting. No? Beating them up wasn't good enough? And I'll beat up some more. Keep killing the wildlife until Get our last item. Not you, Lucky. You're not wildlife. Looked at me with... And so, did I not get experience from that? Yeah, I did. Pop up. But I didn't get... the experience didn't pop up. That's weird. Alright, no, this is not a good place. Why are you here? Run away. You come down here, kill some drakes. Moas. Like Moas. Beat up some Lady Casimirs. Whoa! It's crazy. Crazy awesome. Am I right? Moas and Bambi. Listen, there's only one Bambi. I don't know why people throw around Bambi's name so much. That guy's a freaking legend. I mean, if we're talking Bambi's mom. Rest in peace. Let's quickly talk about deer really quick. Here in the United States, we have an overpopulation of deer because for some reason we killed all the predators, and at one point the white-tailed deer was endangered, and now it's not going well. There are so many deer, and people are always like, oh man, people go out and hunt deer or whatever. But the biggest problem, as the world is the way it is, right? The biggest problem with deer is that they're carrying diseases now. And even if you're hunting them, you can't always keep the kill because some of them now getting sick with stuff. And you don't want that cross-contamination. So there's just so many that this stuff is starting to spread around, and it's bad, like really bad. But then, you know, we re-released wolves back into the wild, and the problem with that is that population is exploding because there's just food everywhere. Right? It's the craziest thing. People for years were like, oh no, we're killing too many deer, and oh, hunters are bad, and now it's like people are hitting them with their car all the time, and we are. Okay, 15. Don't abuse animals, but at the same time, humans are messing with it too much. You know what I mean? Good luck to the wolves out there. Final one. Let's see what we get. The Zodiac Focus. Okay, the Zodiac Focus, pretty nice skin. In all honesty, it's a nice skin. I can't really put a gem price on that. So we got a few skins and dyes that I can't put a gem price on. Another 50 gold, but we, like, through all those, I think we ended up like 600 gold worth of stuff type of thing. So everything was nearly 50 gold for the most part or higher. That one greatsword was 400 or something, which is ridiculous, but I love the Zodiac weapon set. Well done. Little thing, like it slowly grows and glows. A monkey. I used to use the hammer all the time. Zodiac axe and a Zodiac axe skin. Okay. Is that the only one that does that? But I used to use this hammer all the time. Looks so cool. Oh, it's hunting, not cross-contam. I was talking about deer, okay? All right, so we got a final number here. We got a final number with a little bit of extra. We also found a black line key. I'm going to open that up before we end today. The Choya hammer, though? Oh, that would have been an amazing unlock. So our final number here, we spent 2,400 gems. On the low end, as far as I can tell, we got 5,375 gems worth of stuff. So, there you go, right? That's like 2,975 more gems worth of stuff back, if I did the math right. On the high end, if you chose to select licenses, we 69.75, so 69.75 worth of stuff, which is a lot more. Talking about 4,500 gems more. So, was it worth it for 15 of those things? Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I got double the gems worth back. We ended up with 3 outfits, right? And that's nearly enough. We didn't check out the Slayer's outfit. Slayers. My goodness, I have so many outfits now. Slayers. There we go. I don't like that one as much. No, we're not keeping that. So we got Logan's, we got the exosuit, we got the Slayer's outfit. Did we get anything else in outfits? I think that's it. That's 2,100 gems worth of outfits. So, yeah. I mean, that alone. We got some minis. We got the crystal die. We ended up with some black. That is not the right weapon, even though I like that. We ended up with some mount skins. We ended up with this mount skin right here, which is pretty nice. The bunny one we didn't check out. So let me check out the Springer one. It's one of the more basic ones, right? Painted Mesa. Right there. So, that one could be very meh to some people. I don't mind it. It actually looks pretty good. The coloring I have on right now, but... Turn back to this guy. This is a 2,000 gem one or something. But yeah. Nice return. We also got a lot of experience stuff done farming that way. We ended up with some of this stuff, a lot of equipment, black line key. Let's go get a black lion chest really quick, and we'll open that up. We'll talk about black lion chest really quick, since we're doing black lion trading post type stuff anyways. You have most of it, but the thing is, whatever you don't have, if it's worth like 700 gems or whatever, like it's worth gems, or you don't have a 2,000 gem mount, then like it would still be worth it. It's very worth it for veterans, in my opinion. But again, I'm not trying to pressure you into buying them. You don't want to buy them, you don't want to buy them. I mean, I get it. I almost didn't want to buy them, but I thought it would be a fun little thing to do. I mean, it was fun. Let's talk about Black Lion chests really quick. So we have these Nashblade's exotic weapon bags. You can get precursors out of them, just to let you know. So they're really worth it. And then you can get all sorts of exotics out of it. But the precursors are the big thing. I think one of the ArenaNet partners opened 500 of these chests and got 4 precursors. So it's pretty rare. I think it was 4 precursors. Or it might have been more precursors and some of them weren't shown or something. But yes, precursors are in there. It'd be great if I could pull out one of these right now. But that's there. This is a very popular thing. Some people get really upset about the precursors being here. I mean, but opening 500 and they even got 10, that's a lot of money. So I don't know if that's the way you want to go about doing things. They also have the Desert King stuff in there, which is pretty popular set with people. They have the 7 Reapers Pauldrons. They also have the Mystic Smoking Pipe Warhorn skin, which is new. There it is. Well, that smoke lingers a lot more than I thought it did. The Pauldrons, I guess I'll show those off. Ooh, yeah, okay. They also have an Ancient Wood logging node in there, the Advanced Cloth Rack, Flaxseed, and Elderwood. as those. They have the Glyph of Alchemy and the Glyph of Overload, which gives you 100%. I don't know the numbers on this. I haven't looked at this for a while. Then the Mordrum skins are in here, which I have a few of them. And of course, the contracts. The keys. The unopened Endless Mystery Tonics. All that's in there. Let's open one and see if we can get something good. I got an exchange voucher. Love it. Freaking love it. Let's open this. We got an Assassin's Pearl Siren. Is the Warhorn. It's a huge pipe, yeah. I get dusk from the back. So, 42 silver. I'm actually going to break that down. Hold on. Do I have... Where is it? Break it down. Ecto. Didn't get Ecto. Get any Ecto. It's a waste. Whole day ruined. Hold on. Let's open these. See if we can get a precursor out of those. Wouldn't that be great? I know there's a precursor coming for me. It is due time, playtime-wise. So a precursor will be on its way for me. Which one that is, I don't know. Where did that come from? Crude salvage? Get out of here. Oh, dyes. Powder blue dye. Pretty popular dye. 1 gold. I'm gonna hold on to that. Maybe one day I'll give it away. Okay. But, yeah. I don't have any other Black Lion keys or anything. We found that Black Lion key doing all that extra stuff today. So, pretty successful day overall. Yes, it did cost us $30 to get started, but we ended up saving more than $30 worth of gems worth of stuff. So at the same time, I mean, we didn't spend $60 to get all that stuff. Plus, got some pretty cool things. Got some outfits. One of them that I like, but I'm more than likely to put on one of my Asurans. So, the powder blue dye. Only a gold. It's one of those things you throw on. Grab gold out of there. We have 528 gold. So as I was talking about on Tuesday on Twitch, I will be making another legendary. I don't know which one just yet. I was thinking about making bolts since we have some of it done. But I'm not going to look at that until about a month from now. So after Super Adventure Box ends, I'll take a look to see what I've collected. And then that will be the last legendary for sure. If anything about End of Dragons comes out, though, I may rethink that. You've known that you had a pre coming your way for 6 years now? It's crazy to me. So I found 9 or 10 precursors in this game, doing all sorts of things, killing things, getting it as a world versus world, rank up chest drop, PvP bag drop. I got the legend when I was making Bifrost. Like I was trying to figure out how I was going to get the gold to get the precursor, and it dropped. So for me, precursors just happen. I know other people have forged 180 precursors out of the forge, and other people who have just dunked money into the forge trying to get precursors, and it would have been better had they never done that. So I don't know. There's a lot of information out there about things like character luck, account luck, diminishing returns, overall accessibility of what you're doing. So my thing is, my first question for a lot of people who haven't got precursors is, do you play all the game modes? And do you play them consistently? I really feel like doing multiple game modes gives you the best chance because you're rolling multiple lotteries. Every game mode has their own loot tables for the most part. What's going to drop for you, what's not going to drop for you. And so the thing is, by playing all of it, I've been able to amass a good amount of precursors. A lot I've given away and things like that. A good chunk of them I gave away. But in some of them I turned into their legendaries. And so it's always odd to me that people go and play this game for 6 years, some 8 years now, and still haven't got a precursor drop. It's just a very odd thing for me, but it's just because I've been privileged enough to find them on my own. You know? 8K hours, and I wager only one, maybe 1.5K is AFK over the years. Yeah, maybe it's not enough time. Yeah, I'm not rubbing it in. The thing is, I've put 13,000 hours into the game, and I've found those, so it's still over 1,000 hours. And ArenaNet has said in the past that you need to play the game about 1,000 hours or more to find your first precursor. I did not spend that much time in the game. I pulled Colossus out of the forge with... I bought like 2 gold worth of greens, threw them in the forge. The rares and stuff that came back, I threw those back in the forge, and I got the Colossus. So my first precursor cost me 2 gold out of the forge. And that kind of luck just doesn't exist anymore, I feel. But, I mean, there are new players that come into the game, they're playing, and they're finding precursors before they even get their first character to level 80. So there's a lot of question of what and how it works and that kind of thing. And then there's some people out there and they're like, oh yeah, I found like 30 of those things. They just dropped for me. And then people are like, okay, you know, what do you play? How are you playing? What are you doing? Type of things. How many hours have you played? And they say something like, oh, I've only put in like 4,000 hours into the game. That's ridiculous. So then how are you finding those? Are you lying to me? You have to be lying. Statistically, that's not possible, right? But statistically, I shouldn't have found a precursor killing a level 50 jungle boar waiting for the worm. So, it just, I don't know. Maybe there's something else. It's so annoying, yeah. By the time you finish all of them, you're just not going to have one drop. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. When I get to the 10-year mark, I'm really curious to see if I'll get one more precursor or not. When new expansions come out, precursors sort of get found at the same time because a lot of people are playing. So without that influx of precursors coming into the game and stuff like that, the price can go up. Like Dusk is pretty expensive right now. But once the expansion comes out, you got a bunch of people doing metas. You got a bunch of people doing content, killing random things, that kind of stuff. Then it ends up being a different story. And some people haven't played for so long. They already put in that 6, 7, 8,000 hours into the game, and they don't play anymore. But then they'll come back for the expansion, and then finally get their precursor drop because there's no diminishing returns. There's no nothing counting against their account or whatever. I don't know if that stuff is true. ANET will never tell us if it's true. Statisticians, people who follow the game very closely on that stuff, people who data mine and stuff, they've had information and things, but none of it is conclusive enough for me to sit here and be like, oh, all you got to do is this and this, right? Or stop doing this or whatever, because none of it is true. It's just that feeling that there's a correlation happening here, but it's not a causation, you know? So I could sit here and be like, do this, this, and this, but I really do think playing all the game modes gives you the best chance, because if I said go buy one lottery ticket every day, you have less of a chance to win. It's minute. It's just really statistically nearly impossible, right? Talking, what is it, like a millions chance, right? But like if I said go buy 10 of them, that gives you a greater chance to win the lottery, statistically. Now, are you going to win the lottery? More than likely not. No, it's just not statistically going to happen. You can go outside and get struck by lightning more than likely than winning the lottery, right? You know, like, and that's any type of situation like that. That's true gambling. But in this game, you always get rewards, and sometimes it's not the reward you want, but it is a reward. So finding a precursor and getting that kind of drop can be exciting, even if it's not worth much. You know, it's worth less than 100 gold. You still got one. And some people are like, yeah, I found my first precursor and it's an underwater one. That's great. Do you not realize, like, what you've done? They're so cheap because people don't want to make those legendary weapons. It's not that that precursor is any less valuable when you look at the statistics. I mean, it's still, you still need it to make that legendary. So, you're either going to craft it or you're not. So, I know I won't get one in April because Super Adventure Box. Because there's no drops in there for precursors. Yeah. Glitched weapons and super weapons. The orange weapons. Super weapons are getting pretty cheap. The glitched and super weapons. We haven't talked about that in a while. Glitch. Whoa. Glitch. So yeah, some of these are already down to 6. So the drop rate of these is based off of the world you complete. So the glitch you finish will give you the weapon of that world. So I think it's the great sword and the torch, maybe. I don't know. Or in World 2, Zone 3. And that glitch is hidden pretty deep in there. So it comes down to whether you want to get that. Super weapons. They have collections and stuff for those that I think a lot of people want to complete. I'm still surprised they're still in 25 gold range. And then the Kaiser weapons. Yeah, they're back. They're back over 150. These drop pretty low during it, like 120, 130. And some people out there are like, that's cheap. Well, considering you can get them for free, yeah. Crimson weapons you have to get with tokens. That's what I'm saving up for. But if you don't want those, you can open that. And you can also find these. So, yeah, it's pretty cheap, I guess. But eventually the price of these will come down as the supply increases. People get the collection done, things like that. But if veterans keep quitting the game, I guess that's not going to happen either. I don't know if they're going to do something like they've done with the other weapons where you can go to the vendor and upgrade them somehow. But I hope they don't do that. They just keep giving us ways to get different weapons. I think the glitched ones. Maybe improving the glitched ones, maybe. I don't know. But we'll see. Improving a glitch? I don't know how you would do that, but... Need the reds? Yeah, I don't remember where I'm at on those. But I really love Super Venture Box, so you're going to see that here, no matter what. Festival collections. I am 5 of the weapons away. I think I have the tokens still. Or maybe I finally did spin them. But 5 of those, and I will get the backpack with the Bauble Infusion Red. First person tribulation mode. I don't think I'll do more than World 1 tribulation mode. World 2 sucks, okay? But the Kaiser, I am missing a lot more. I need 9 of these weapons. That's how you get the Kaiser Snake backpack. I already bought the red backpack skin just because. And that's 20 achievement points sitting there. This one's just 8 more. So they tiered this one out. I did like this set better than the Kaiser set. So the Kaiser set's still the prestigious one, in a sense, but maybe one day I'll finish Winter's Presence. And then here's the Royal Flame weapons. I have the axe. Not talking about that set. But yeah. Storm Wizard, King Toad, got those done. Glitched, yeah, there's that set. 10 achievement points, 50 Bauble Bubbles. I have a ton of Bauble Bubbles. So... there it is. There it is. World 3? We'll see. We'll see if World 3 comes out this year. If they could get World 3 out this year, I would be impressed. I really do feel like the expansion has taken away from the festivals and stuff for now. But I hope after this expansion, they do focus the festivals and sort of iron out some of the things, especially for Halloween. You know, Reaper's Rumble and stuff needs to be balanced. But I hope that's their next focus, isn't, you know, the next living story and stuff. I almost want them to just take time to just take what game is there, right? Because everybody's going to want to, little Leppy, go and like, oh yeah, continue the story. And I don't want that to happen because I do want them to take this 8 years of content and sort of get some other things done, improve the quality of life for it for everyone. Because I do feel like some of these things have been long past due to be looked at. I'm glad that they're bringing event stuff back. I'm glad they're putting in skins. I'm glad they're doing this. But World 3 for Super Adventure Box would be huge. balancing out like the festival stuff and things like that. Not even adding new content, just improving it. I would like to see Dragon Ball improved, and a lot of people are like, it's perfect. No, it's to me, it's a nightmare. If ArenaNet thinks it's perfect, I don't know what to say. That tree trunk in the ice? Yes. No, no, you don't have to give me that. Because, in all honesty, I don't really care about it. Would I love to complete everything about this game? Sure. But at the same time, my motivation and stuff is just not there, and so you might be wasting it on somebody who absolutely wants to get everything done. World 3 had stuff done, okay? Because they know the boss was a Kaiser Snake, right? Crimson Assassin, that's World 4. They know where this stuff is going, right? Yeah, World 3 would come out and everybody would... you would not hear from me. I mean, I'd be over here just... you know, playing the game. People would be asking me stuff in chat and I'd just be like, oh, that's so awesome. Yeah. And then everybody would be like, wow. Yeah, they had a genie. You can still get to that genie. You can still do that stuff. I think... part of it. I don't know if you can go back and look at the instance with the crew. I'm not sure. Anyhow. 6 hours later, crap, forgot to start my stream. That's never happened ever. When I was playing Valheim, there were days where I'm just like, you know what, I'm playing Valheim today. I can't figure this other stuff out, or I don't want to work on this. I just want to enjoy video games. That's fair, okay? People want to do that, that's fair. People would no life it. Imagine World 3 and 4 came out. Yeah, I actually want them to come out at the same time. It would be like an expansion. People would just be hyped. There'd be people on Twitter going, what's Guild Wars 2? What's going on? Is this an expansion? Yes! Great day, great show today. I appreciate everybody coming out. Like and sub if you can. I would appreciate that. Comment if you got a question. Tell me what you got from the things. The Knifetail Gang hunting bots. Tell me what you got. So we finished the Frostfang. That's done. We talked about the DRM stuff. We were doing the mastery a little bit. I need to finish up the mastery. So there's an update. The Scrit are next. I don't know when we're getting the last mastery. Maybe with the Scrit. Scrit came out with Super Adventure Box. That'd make a lot of sense. But yeah, what a lot of great stuff. I'd be very sick and unable to work for a few days. Yeah, me too. Me too. But anyhow, we are not done. I'm going to go over to Twitch after this, and we're going to be doing some Celeste over there. So, since my camera's working, we'll be going over there for now. On the 28th, with Judgment on the 28th. Okay. There we go. Did they give us all this information and I just didn't see it? Super Adventure Box on the 13th or the 6th. So I know April Fool's is on a Thursday, right? Super Adventure Box definitely will be coming out on the 6th. Yeah. Super Adventure Box has to be coming out on the 6th. Speculation is the 6th. 13th would be a little late. Because if they go the 6th to the 20th, finish out the all that stuff in the meantime. That'll give May, June. Yeah. Give them May and June to finish anything up. Because I really feel like the expansion's coming in July. I kid you not. My guess. July. But I don't know. There's a faction on the 6th? Yeah, but they've been releasing the factions with the festival stuff as well. So the end of April. Yeah. So that'll give us time to finish things up. Super Adventure Box on the 6th would give us to the 27th. They'd go 3 weeks. And then they could release... They can release whatever. Is the last faction going to be on the 20th? We just have the Skrit, right? Oh, no, we have the Quaggan still. Quaggan and Skrit. I don't know. It'll all overlap and it'll all just be busy work anyways. I mean, we'll see. Enough! Enough! We're done! We did our stuff today. I'm excited. We're getting to the summer. We're getting to the girthy stuff. Super Adventure Box. Super Adventure Box is always that signal of here comes the rest of the year type of thing. It's so weird. I feel like, you know, when you're at the beginning of the year, January, February, March, you're like, yeah. Then Super Adventure Box hits and you realize, like, warming up outside. Things are moving. Yeah. Busy isn't bad. I want to have time for it, but... Yeah, me too. We'll be playing the expansion on the stream. I'll be doing the story, most of it off, but like mapping, doing the events on the maps and stuff, I will be doing it live on shows, both places. As I said about YouTube in the future, I am working on recording things. I think I figured out the audio issue. I figured out the cam today, which is good. But some of these won't just be 2-hour podcasty type things like we've been doing. So I just do it until I'm done and then we move on. They will be longer. They will go like 3 or 4 hours. Like today we wouldn't have ended. I went and got the experience. We could talk about that, show off some other things, skins and that kind of thing. I think that stuff's pretty cool and I'm willing to do it here on YouTube. If it doesn't interest people, you know, we'll see. Now I'm gonna get vaccinated. I'm hoping by May. So we are on here in the United States. We are on task to get 200 million people is now what our president wants to get vaccinated, and we could do that. There's 360 million people in this country. I think we can get to 280 million people by July. Easily, if people just go get vaccinated. And if that happens, we get to that special number right there, more than likely we will eradicate the virus here. So, depending on what strains are out there and stuff like that, most people here in the US will be protected and things can go back to normal. All things will lift. Does that mean people are going to stop wearing their masks and stuff? I hope not. I hope people understand that the gross, sickly people, they need to stop touching crap, sanitize their hands, and when they're sick, wear a goddamn mask, and when it's flu season, we should all be wearing masks. You want to know how you could save an extra 38,000 to 50,000 people a year in the U.S.? Wear a damn mask during flu season. Who would have thought? But for some reason, people think people are expendable, and it's weird. I can survive it, why can't you? Type of stuff. That's just a weird hill to die on. Because, like, just because you get sick doesn't mean it's a fun thing. I mean, when I get sick, I hate it. I hate coughing, having a stuffy nose, plugged up ears, whatever may happen with it, right? Just feel tired and achy.